It looks like we're live. I should have cleared up beforehand. Hello. This looks like it's going to do. I've had 2 abortive streams before this one, caused by unexplained camera issues, so hopefully this one's going to work. Got a different camera angle and dropped the resolution on the main camera, so with a bit of luck, work. Should have tidied up beforehand, but never mind. It's got all the mess from the iPhone screen replacement that I've just done, so I'll put it there. Now have a wider angle, and I've just already knocked the camera. When you don't do something like this for a while, it's how quickly you get out of the habit of doing it. Incredible. But I thought we'd better make some progress, although I haven't got long tonight. I thought we'd better make some progress on this 130XE belonging to Jason from well, he's from the USA anyway. Bag of bits here. Have a look at the new camera angle. Oh, look at this. Now, if those have been following at home will remember that I bought one of these a while ago. Duratool desoldering tool. Actually, I think that was the last video I did before the long break. The reason for the long break, there were many reasons for the long break. The monitor broke, although I have been back online since the monitor was replaced. But I wasn't too happy with the replacement monitor. It wasn't quite the same model as this one, and after I bought the replacement, I saw another one on eBay which was the exact same model as the one that died, so I ended up buying that one as well, and I still kept the other one, so now I've got 2. But this one, the beauty of this one is that it works with, it's got S-Video, it's got component, although interestingly the component does not like the Sophia board. I did an 800XL the other week with Sophia in it, and this set won't handle the Sophia component signal. Anyway, after that, the desoldering iron died just when I was starting work on this machine, actually. So I'm gonna have to get used to doing this without scratching the screen with the. Oh, here we go. Here's the freezing. Again, look at this. Let's try dropping this camera down to 720p. Just incredibly boring. About 25 frames a second. How do you like that? 5 frames a second. Yes. Want to be on 25 frames a second? Is that all I had to do to get things to work? Can't be. Okay, anyway. So, No, there we go with the interference again. What is the interference? Now I get this interference with, tried the camera in Linux, a Linux setup that I'd had already. Is it the amount of detail in the image? What happens if I use a different object with less detail on it? Can we replicate this strange effect? Seemingly not. Maybe it's just because of the amount of detail on the motherboard. Let's knock this down to 720p. I'm sure this is immensely tedious to watch. Knock it down to 720p and see what happens. Picture. Right, now thing should still look reasonable. Do we get this? The movement looks a lot more fluid. I don't seem to get these nasty image artifacts. Maybe these cameras just aren't up to 1080p anymore. I don't know what happened. But we'll press on. So anyway, the story is that the desoldering iron that I bought, which I'd kind of gotten used to using, died. So the CPU was taken off this board with the old soldering iron and this thing here. And then I caved in and bought another one of the cheap desoldering irons. Died. Yeah, I'm not surprised we lost a viewer already. And it still works, so I did the rest of the chips, and it really is. I mean, I know it died and it's cheap rubbish, but the second one, I mean, I did the GTI. This was a socket actually, but I decided to replace the socket. GTI operating system, Pokey. I mean, these chips literally came out in 5 minutes flat, and they just fall out. There's none of this sort of coaxing things out and having to, you know, faff on with little spare bits of solder. It's a really good tool. I just wish somebody would make one which was had a decent build quality and could be expected to last longer than a month. But never mind. So that's the preparatory work that's been done on this board anyway. This was already socketed. Jason socketed this one. Saved me a little bit of work. So yeah, what will we do next? We've got about an hour. So what I was thinking of doing was taking off this RF modulator actually. A few people have asked about that, but it's not really a fair example because, as you can see, there's no solder on the side lugs here, so all I've got to do is heat this back one up and just lever it off the board, which I will go ahead. So what I tend to do is get a little screwdriver and kind of wedge it in here, or at least wait until the... I may not even have to do that actually. So we'll just heat this up. It's going to be unusually easy. Of course, the thermal mass of the RF modulator is quite high, so what I sometimes do is preheat the board. Because this weedy little iron isn't necessarily up to the task. But we'll see. Because the thing will just dissipate an absolutely enormous amount of heat. So if you preheat the board with the hot air to about 100 degrees C, thereabouts, it can make life a little bit easier. See, this is just it's getting old. I'm gonna preheat this. Hopefully we'll see what a difference it makes. Mic still working? Yes, it's still working. heat the metal case as well. I mean, we're going to throw this thing away, so all the heat's going to escape around this area. We want to get this part nice and hot. Heat the PCB as well. Could see a difference here. We shall see. Of course, this is going to be hot now, so I better handle it with care. There you go. Melts immediately and it's fallen straight out, as you can see. Don't touch it. Lever it out a bit. I'll make it so that you can see. There we go. See that that's come off. As I say, it's not usually this easy at all, because you've got all four sides to do, but never mind. Now I should have snipped these legs off first as well. So I'll go ahead and snip the little legs off. I could have desoldered those first, but what the hell. This isn't going to be used again. There we go. That's right. So as I say, that wasn't really a very good example because it was only soldered on two sides. So, but you get the idea. Heat is a big help in removing these things. Just take these little legs up, out of the board, clean up the holes, and we'll put the sockets in. Yeah, just been absolutely beset with technical issues and ergonomic issues of finding the time and the mood and the opportunity to reasonably fluent. The opportunity to oh, I've moved. The opportunity to do these, but there you are. Right. Wick these off, I suppose. Idea. Bit of wick. Put the camera on the other side, really, because damn thing, don't you? Just turn the board around. The wick's making heavy weather with this, but we'll just the pump. There we go. Moved. I've got no one to talk to. I'm all alone. We've probably learned not to trust these Flash Jazz Cat is live notifications now, because the last two have been false alarms. Mind. This, of course, this spot is where we're going to put the DIN 13 jack eventually. Empty space. Right, now give it a little clean up with some wick. Kind of was at a loose end for an hour and I couldn't think of anything else to do. So thought we'll make a start on this. Hell with the camera quality. Oh, while I'm here, yeah. There we go. Okay, so while I'm here, I thought I might as well plug the website for those who haven't noticed that it's been updated. I did this a couple of weeks ago and it's very much a work in progress. You'll see lots of things wrong with it, but there's a new section, hardware. So in the hardware section, this is all going to change a bit. It gives you a quick précis of the services on offer. Click there. Get some nice quotes from people who have been happy with what's been done. Also, all the videos that have been made so far. put them on a playlist, various playlists, and they're all indexed on this page here. The whole site has had a bit of a facelift and boosted up with some new artwork and all that kind of thing. There's a want to get a quote, you can either email or you can fill in this lovely form here. What you want done. So there you go. Visit atari8.co.uk for all your repair and upgrade needs. It could not be easier. Okay, with that being said, we'll continue the wick. Rather nice. Ugh. There we are. Focus. Nice and clean. Sure, someone will tell me in the comments later that this video still looks jumpy as hell, but you do. Okay. Sockets in here. I keep meaning to put the fan on. Oh, that's better. See what this does. There we go. Look at that. All the fumes are going straight to the fan. You bought that for a reason. How's the audio? Speak up. This works really well. Da, da, da. Forgotten how awkward this is without anybody in chat. Like stream number 1. This kind of works. This fume extraction idea. Not bad. Actually remembered to turn it on. It's cramped, mind you. Some more sockets. This box of goodies here. My box of goodies. I've furnished these boards with headers and things that aren't on them when you buy them. And look at this. This is what they should look like. Rapidus. Yeah. And hang on a minute, this is my box. This is the wrong box. These are my parts. Jesus Christ. This is the box I meant to get. These are Jason's parts. Same thing. So these are all soldered up and ready to go, basically. Want the sockets off these. Can get them off. I'll chuck the socket off. Be careful not to bend the pins. The socket there. Well, we've got. It's in foam. Shouldn't get damaged. Right, that's all the sockets we need, so we can definitely get the socket work done if we get nothing else done. Just double check these wires for any kind of damage, because I'm actually paranoid about the idea of putting a socket on only to discover that there was a busted trace, but I have gone over them with giving them a good inspection. What do we do after we put all these on? Will we do anything else? Right, we test the machine to make sure it still works. Discover it doesn't, and indulge in hours of frantic off-stream diagnostic. Not. This extraction thing works. This could herald a new era of energy and invigoration. Flux fumes could probably explain almost all of the problems I have in life. That, plus an unhealthy lifestyle. Still nobody in chat? 3 people watching. They don't want to make themselves known. They just want to lurk. Looks reasonably good. Yep, thumbs up for the fume extractor. Jim Brony, have you done a video on installing an Ultimate 1MB into a 130XE? I would like to get one, and I would like to see all it entails to install. Well, Jim, you've come to the right place, and you've arrived at just the right time, because this machine is going to have an Ultimate 1MB fitted in it, and it's this one here. This very one right here. Now I've already done, I need to get a light further back, don't I? I've already done a video showing replacement of the awful right angle headers that Atari puts on these boards from the shop. Focus. Have you already bought the thing, Jim? Because if you have, I'm assuming it's got these sideways facing headers that were there before. I've removed them and replaced them with these, which is as per the original design. Now, the reason for that is quite simple, because I'm going to put the board here, right, over the power jack, right about there. Now, as you can probably see, if I move the board around, should be able to appreciate, get the damn thing in view. Yeah, that's too close. Right, as you can probably see, having the headers pointed out sideways, not such a problem on this end, because you're going to have a ribbon cable, obviously, aren't you? You're going to have a ribbon cable coming out this way. That's not such a problem. But this side here, you've got a screw hole here on the motherboard just behind this electrolytic cap, with a plastic pylon which travels right, it touches the side of the board here. And this was the recommended position for fitting the board. Candle's recommended position. I can disagree with some of Candle's decisions, Lord knows I do at the moment, but I can't really disagree with his idea of putting this board here on 130XE, because it's a good spot to put it in. But the headers that come on these things out of the shop make it completely impossible. Completely impossible to put the board here on 130XE, because that screw will just not clear the cable. You could put the thing over here, I suppose, but there's not as much room as you would think either side of the CCI connection. So in my mind, and I don't really know whether Lotharic listens or whether he cares, or I don't mean to insult the guy, because he's, you know, he's been very good to me and he sells some really good products. But the thing is, the idea behind putting these horizontal headers on that he's on now is completely nuts and counterproductive in every possible way, and it ruins the original concept of the device. I think I know what the idea was. The reason behind it was the height issue, because once the cables are plugged into the top of these connectors and the strain relief clips are there, they do hit the back of 800XL, 600XL keyboards, but you can file down the corners of the strain relief, and you can take the strain relief off altogether. It doesn't really make any difference. But it's just not the way to go about it, in my opinion. So my advice would be to replace those headers, unless you're going to mount the board sideways or something. Everybody's different, but I like to do it the way Candle suggested, because the way Candle suggested made a lot of sense, made a lot of practical sense. And it's rather a shame that every time I get one of these boards in, unless I want to have the location of the board dictated by this design change, which I don't. I want to have the board in the best practical position, which is best for cabling and maintenance. Then I have to replace the replace the connectors, which I do at no additional cost. That's the kind of person I am. I've got a ton of the connectors. Doesn't take that long. So if you follow this series of videos, which, judging by how much time I've wasted this week, could run into about 3 videos. But the first thing I'll put in, once I've established that the machine still works after all these sockets are put in, is the Ultimate 1MB board before I do anything else. So if you want to watch the Ultimate board go in this machine, then that will happen in the next video immediately after this one, which will be tomorrow. See? Because I've had this machine for a few weeks now, and it really needs to just get done. Okay, that's the operating system ROM socket done. Now the MMU socket right here. Doesn't this look pretty? But the Ultimate 1MB in itself doesn't take long to fit, but on an XE, obviously, you've got two sockets to fit invariably, and of course the cables are a generic length, one fits all kind of length. I've seen that's resulted in some folded up concertinaed mess. But that's unavoidable. I can't expect every Ultimate 1MB that gets sold to come with cables that are specifically designed for the target machine, because he doesn't know what the hell the target machine is. But it doesn't take long to fit. So you'll see that in the next video. I don't think I've done a video of a Ultimate and 130 XE yet, actually. So it's a first. I'll fill the website playlist again before we finish. Now what's this socket for? Oh yeah, because I was going to socket 74 LSO8, and I haven't got a 14-pin socket, so I was going to cut that one. But I won't do that yet. What I will do, this will be fun. Test the machine. Still works. Let's get all the ICs and pop them back in. Right, if I can remember what's what. 14805, is that GTI? It? Right, antic adapter, Pokey, so yeah it is, isn't it? Where's the CPU? There, NCR. Right, so CPU, that's got to be that. Right, GTIA, not right, CPU at the back, GTI at the front, yep, antic. Wow, that's a snug fit. Jesus. A very snug. Alright, let's take one of these pokies off. Shouldn't do this before I finish this stream, because if it doesn't work, it's just gonna be on my mind all night. Never mind. Come on. The operating system. Yeah. Oh, I didn't straighten the legs. Right, that's in. Finally. MMU. Okay. Here we go. The other thing I noticed, what the hell is this about? VBXE, since the dawn of time, has had a female header on the board and a male header on the adapter. Now this one's arrived with that arrangement completely reversed, which renders this VBXE completely unusable with any other XE adapter, aside from those which use the new gender connector. What's that about? Why? Why did you change that? Why? What advantage is there to having the female connector on the adapter and the male connector on the board? I would love to know. Please, if somebody can tell me, because I just don't see the point of changing that at all. Okay. Switch on. Wow. It works. It still works. Oh, is it going to boot or is it going to hang? I'll settle for a hang. Hang, it's just going to be a loose connection. I'll take a hang. Yeah, I'll take that. That's close enough. No, I can't resist that. Let's see. That's the OS ROM, isn't it? Well, basic. Guaranteed. Over these again. I'm going to take this adapter off. If I get it off. The useful thing about this desk is it's exactly the same width as the pitch of the pins on these ICs, so use the edge of the desk to flatten the pins out. Quite handy. Right, can we get you in here? Yeah. Let's try again. Here, would it boot a cartridge? It will. So, so basic select. Issue with that? Yeah, it's the basic ROM. Probably screwed up the basic pin on the MMU. But I'm running out of time. Okay, one more try and then we'll leave it till tomorrow. Strange. Doesn't want to work. Oh well, no basic. That's fun. Something for tomorrow. Probably a blob of solder somewhere. Oh, this board needs a good clean actually. Just because of the work I've done on it already. Not because it wasn't clean when it turned up. Okay, one more try and then we save it for another day. Nope. Oh well. Haven't got time to troubleshoot that now. So we'll have to wait until tomorrow. Okay, so not without hiccups, but we'll be back tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Basic, because as I said, he must make sure that everything works before we proceed with these upgrades. And as I said earlier on in the video, if you want to check out atari8.co.uk if you are interested in any upgrades or repair work, and especially if you live in the UK or Europe, please drop me a line. And check out the playlists, the new playlists on YouTube. They are also linked on the website. You may find something in there that's useful to you if you want to do this kind of work yourself. I don't go deeply into electrical theory and engineering stuff, because that stuff is not what I know about. It's procedural troubleshooting and installing upgrades in the machine. And troubleshooting is going to be a useful ability tomorrow, because I need to find out why Basic doesn't work on this machine since I put all the sockets in. That's something we'll look at tomorrow. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going with these videos after all these technical issues and circumstantial issues. So until the next video, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you for watching.